Hi, my name is Melanie, and I'm here to talk to you about what I consider to be true success and sanity, or rather, health and well being. I have 5 tips for health and well being. Um, I believe that health and well being is true success, and I believe it's true sanity as well. Because if you have a lot of money but you don't have your health, or you don't have a sense of peace inside, it's really hard to enjoy that money and the resources you have around you if you don't know how to use them in the best way. So I feel qualified to speak on this topic because I'm in my early 30s now. When I was a teenager and a young adult, I really had a rough time. I had a lot of ups and downs. I had in retrospect, a lot of sluggishness, a lot of not feeling my best because I just didn't know how to navigate food. I didn't know how to navigate the culture I was in. It was just, my weight was up and down. I was just generally unhappy. And then as I entered my later teens and early 20s, I was in a full-blown depression. So since then, I've completed quite the healing journey. And at this point in my life, I feel very, effortless in my sense of well-being. I feel like I know what to do. I feel like I've really learned a lot, and I'm eager to share that with the world. And what's most interesting to me, perhaps, is that the most kind of new, cutting-edge developments in health and well-being that I've come to know about actually kind of end up being also some of the most ancient. And those are, practices and attitudes that go back to basically like indigenous and village cultures throughout the development of human history. So, basically, I'd like to give you today my 5 tips to entrain with what's timeless and true and kind of will put you in the very grounded flow of well-being in a very simple and easy manner. These are the 5 things that I can come up with that are most valuable that you need to do today. So the number one thing is to just make time and space in your life. I know this is something that is easier said than done for a lot of Americans, especially. We work a lot of hours. Whether you're working, 60 hours a week at a corporate job or you have the 3 jobs going on, whatever the case may be, it's essential for a balanced life to achieve the kind of health and well-being, you deserve. You have to carve that time out, whether it means talking to your boss, scaling back on hours, cutting up expenses in some other areas of your life so you can have more time. That's imperative for any of these other strategies to also be effective. So make time and space in your life for your heart's priorities and to achieve work-life balance. Number 2, awareness practices, whether it's meditation, whether it's walks in nature, just simple focus on attention to your breathing, yoga, whatever it is that works for you, prayer too, just something that takes you deeper into your own being, deeper into your own body. There's really nothing mystical about it in a way. You're paying attention to your own body and your feelings, and that gives you a lot of feedback about, your true feelings and the way you feel consuming certain foods and that sort of thing. So yeah, awareness practices, meditation, yoga, anything you can do along those lines. That's my number 2 tip. Do that. Number 3, pay attention and be very vigilant about what you put in your body. You want to avoid refined sugar, avoid, as a general rule, chemicals, and put in grounding, unprocessed, organic, natural foods, and think in terms of nutrient density. I think that's something that gets, in the quest to cut calories even, nutrient density is something that gets overlooked. And you want to maximize that. Something I've been really interested in lately is superfoods. Basically, nutritionally maximized foods. You want to work those in to your diet as much as you can. And also ancient, just think simple and ancient. Instead of buying that little thing of probiotic yogurt, try sauerkraut, which is what the ancients have always, many ancient cultures have made their own fermented foods, and you can actually make it at home. That's a little ambitious for starters, but in the meantime, just get it raw, order it online, or find it at a natural food grocery store or whatever. But just think simple, ancient strategies. That's going to help your health right there. 4, I study music and I study sound healing, and I want to encourage everyone to really pay attention to your sonic, your aural environment. Find music that supports the spectrum of health and well-being that you want to enjoy. So that includes music that's a little more energetic and whatnot, but then definitely also music for relaxation to support those calmer states. Some technologies that I can recommend are binaural beats. There are a lot of videos on YouTube with binaural beats. They help entrain your brain into relaxation frequencies. Also things that include sounds of nature. You know, these are great. Any of the genre of New Age and meditation, even some Christian music, whatever your faith, find that music that entrains you to those deeper places and relaxes you. That's really important. And finally, green your home with natural materials. Plants, such an easy, pretty cheap thing to put in your home. You can put their clays you can put on the walls. Swapping out all the plastic stuff like utensils for wooden, bamboo utensils. Swap out your Teflon pans for cast iron pans. Swap out your plastics as much as you can for glass. All of these are simple ways, going back to more kind of elemental, naturally occurring materials that also reduce the toxic load on your body, and also are more kind of in line with what our ancestors, even ancestors as far back as a generation or two, how they would use and approach things. And it's just going to give you a sense of simplicity, a sense of peace, and really support the other strategies that you're using as well. So again, there's makes time and space for your heart's priorities. Awareness practices such as yoga, meditation, prayer, walking in nature, grounding unprocessed, organic, natural foods with nutritional density. Sound healing, basically music that supports your inner states, paying attention to your sonic environment, and in training so it's deeply peaceful, and deeply energizing and nourishing to your spirit. And finally, greening your home with natural materials. Those are my 5 tips for true success and sanity, aka well-being, peace of mind, and just living in the flow of effortless loveliness that deep down we know is possible. Thank you so much. This is Melanie, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.